Parak Yesh Nוחlין Daf Kuf Chav Zayin, sponsored Refuah Shlema for Rina Bas Rachel. The Gemara states laws concerning a firstborn tumtum. Number 1, Rav Ami teaches a tumtum whose genitals are not exposed is not entitled to a double portion even after exposing them as male, because a verse states Vayoha ben habachor lasniya, teaching that a son of a despised wife born before a firstborn of a beloved wife precedes his half-brother for the double portion. The superfluous word v'haya teaches he must be a firstborn mishas havaya from birth. An upcoming brisa derives it from the term ben v'lo tumtum. The Gemara derives from the next word bechor to exclude a questionable firstborn. Originally, it was known to a father who was the firstborn of 2 sons born to him by 2 wives. However, later they got mixed up. Rava holds they can write a shtar harshah, empowering one to act on behalf of the other to counter demands for proof from the ordinary brothers. However, if the doubt existed immediately from birth, the document is ineffective. Number 2, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak teaches a tumtum cannot be a ben sorer umora, a wayward, rebellious son. The term havaya is stated here as well. Ki yeh li'ish ben sorer umora, also mishas havaya. Number 3, Amemar teaches a tumtum does not decrease a firstborn share. A verse states before the verse, lo seis lo pishanayim, that his wives, yoldu lo banim, bore him sons, meaning at the time of the birth it was known he was a son. If not known, his share of the estate is determined only after that of the firstborn double portion. If, for example, the father left $900 to 3 sons, one being a tumtum, instead of dividing it initially into 4 parts, entitling the firstborn to $450, it is divided into 3 parts. The firstborn takes $300, the remaining $600 is divided 3 ways, entitling him to $500. Number 4, Rav Shizbi teaches a tumtum is not circumcised on Shabbos because the verse states v'yolda zachar, it must be born a male. Rabbi Sharavia, number 5, Rabbi Sharavia teaches an additional law from the previous verse. Since the verse states v'yolda zachar v'tama shivas yamim, his mother does not contract tumas leida for 7 days. However, a brisa contradicts him. It states since its gender is questionable, she must adopt tumas stringencies for both male and female. She is tamei 2 weeks and her period of purity ends at 40 days rather than 80. This does not contradict Rav Shizbi. Perhaps the Tana of the Mishnah was in doubt whether to interpret v'yolda zachar as qualifying her tumah and his circumcision. He therefore decided stringently not to circumcise. However, the question remains why the mother is not a nida, tameh from the outset. The inhabitants of Agra de Akma questioned Shmuel if a father can identify his firstborn against a presumption to the contrary. Shmuel suggested one writing a shtar harshah for the other because he was uncertain whether the halacha followed the Rabbanan or Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda explains the term yakir, lo seis lo pishanayim, to mean identify the son. The father is entitled to identify the son who will get the double portion. The Rabbanan explained the term yakir refers to a case of no prior presumption and newly acquired property. The father has no migul to claim, believe me, he is my firstborn because I could have gifted it to him. Despite this, the term yakir, identify, teaches he is entitled to a double portion. According to Rabbi Meir, who holds one can transfer something of potential ownership, it refers to a goses, one in the throes of death who cannot indicate his intent to convey a gift. His prior identification, however, allows the firstborn his double portion. The Gemara discusses the validity of the father's identification when he changes his testimony. Number 1, Rabbi Yochanan states if he first states he is my son and then states he is my slave, he is not believed, however, a reverse claim is believed. When he called him a slave, he meant he served him like a slave, unless the father stated a slave worth $100. Number 2, The opposite is true, identifying him for tax collectors. If initially he claims he is his son and then changes his claim to slave, he is believed. His initial claim was to avoid paying taxes. But if he initially claimed slave and reversed his claim to son, he is not believed. If you're enjoying Daf and 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.